My name is Brittany Cohen and I will be your presenter today. We will be discussing the functions of behavior and how to use a functional analysis to determine the function of the problem behaviors that your clients are engaging in. Before we get started with the functional analysis, I want to review the main functions of behavior. The functions of behavior are the why the behavior is occurring. There are four main functions of behavior. Attention-seeking behavior is when a learner desires feedback or response from another person after a problem behavior has occurred. Access to tangible items is when a learner engages in a problem behavior in order to obtain or gain access to an item. Automatic positive reinforcement does not depend on an action of others to provide an outcome. Some behaviors directly produce their own reinforcement. These may be sensory-seeking behaviors, and it can occur when a learner wants to experience a specific sensation or replace discomfort. Escape behaviors occur when a learner does not want to complete a task and they are attempting to avoid it. This commonly occurs in a school setting when a student does not want to complete their instructional task, like a math worksheet. Now, functional analysis is when a learner's natural environment is arranged in a way so that specific problem behaviors can be observed and measured in a safe way. Antecedents and consequences are manipulated in a way that the observer can see increases and decreases in some problem behaviors. Now, depending on the problem behavior, we do want to maintain safety for ourselves and our clients, so be sure to keep that in mind. Each functional analysis you do will be different as our learners are unique, so be sure to be flexible. Our goal with functional analysis is to determine why the behavior is happening so we can create appropriate treatment plan. These are the 5 conditions that we'll be analyzing. For the control condition, your goal is to get a baseline of problem behaviors. You start by bringing the child to an environment where the toys and games activities the learner likes are all easily accessible to him or her. Do not place any demands on the learner. You are to observe the child and record any instances of the problem behaviors. During this condition, the problem behavior is expected to be low as reinforcement is provided freely and no demands are placed on the child. You will use this control condition to compare to the other condition. The goal for this play control condition is to show that demands and reinforcement do not influence problem behavior. For the attention condition, the therapist is attempting to alter the natural environment to assess if the function of the child's problem behavior is attention seeking. To set up this condition, the therapist wants to modify the environment so where the child's problem behavior will typically result in attention from the therapist, teacher, or caregiver. The therapist should be attending to his or her own work while the child is engaged with toys activities for themselves. When this problem behavior occurs, tantrums, yelling, for example, provide immediate mild reprimands or soothing statements. You as the behavior therapist may say, don't do that or you'll hurt someone. This is not the attention the child is wanting. However, they want for attention is still being reinforced. During the problem behavior, record the frequency and or duration. You will then compare this data to the controlled play condition. If the behavior increases during this condition, the potential function of the behavior is attention seeking. For the alone condition, the therapist is attempting to alter the natural environment to assess if the function of the child's behavior is maintained by automatic reinforcement. For example, thumb sucking might be reinforced by physical stimulation of either the hand or the mouth. In the example above, set up the environment by having the child in a room with no specific stimuli, no other people demand materials or play materials. During the problem behavior of flapping, record the frequency. If the child engages in the problem behavior of flapping, he or she may be attempting to gain the visual stimulation of light flickering. You will then compare this data to the controlled play condition and the other conditions. If the behavior increases during this condition, the potential function of the behavior is an automatic positive reinforcer. For the escape condition, the therapist is altering the environment to assess if the function of the child's behavior is for negative social reinforcement or to escape the demand. For example, if a child does not want to complete a worksheet, he or she may attempt to run away and escape the situation. In the example above, the situation can be set up by giving the child a math worksheet, and when they throw the worksheet or try to run away, take the worksheet from them, stop prompting, and let them escape. During the problem behavior of throwing the worksheet and running away, record the frequency. You will then compare this data to the controlled play condition and the other 3 conditions. If the behavior increases during this condition, the potential function of the behavior is to escape negative social reinforcement. For the tangible condition, the therapist is altering the environment to assess if the function of the child's behavior is for access to tangible items, or when a learner engages in a problem behavior in order to obtain or gain access to an item. For example, a learner may scream and yell because he or she wants the blocks that are on the top shelf of the cabinet they can't reach. In the example above, the situation can be set up by giving the learner the cars, then after a little time, taking them away. The child still has dinosaurs and markers, crayons within reach. However, these are only moderately preferred. If the problem behavior of screaming occurs, the therapist is to return the preferred item. During the problem behavior of screaming when the cars are removed, record the frequency. We will then compare this data to the control play condition and the other 3 conditions. If the behavior increases during this condition, the potential function of the behavior is to access to tangibles. I hope this presentation helped you in performing a functional analysis. Thank you.